Hi guys, this is Virginia Kuziomko with Keller Williams Coastal Realty. This is the 7th video in my video series, and today I've invited Scott Peterson with Flynn Insurance in Dover, New Hampshire to visit with us and answer some questions. Flynn Insurance is an independent insurance agency, like I said, in Dover, New Hampshire. So let's get it cracking. Start asking some questions so we can get you guys some knowledge. Welcome, Scott, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So what I want to start with, what is the most common question people ask when they're having you quote their insurance?
That would be, how much does it cost? And that's a question that's really tough to answer because there are 1,000 different factors that it can be. So I really just need to get a little bit of information and then run you through our quote system and get you the best price.
What kind of, in layman's term, what kind of information would you need from them?
Just basically name, date of birth, address. If you're purchasing a new home, your previous address. We are going to pull a soft credit report. Doesn't affect your credit. It doesn't show up as a recent inquiry. And then we're just going to look at some of the details of the house, how big it is, when the updates to the heating system, roof, stuff like that were.
Okay. Now, what does that generally cost someone who's calling you to get a quote? Is there a cost related to that?
Nope. Quotes are always free. Just about 5 minutes of your time to get the necessary information.
Okay, great. Is there any common misconceptions with people when it comes to insurance when they're talking to you that you've noticed?
Regarding homeowners insurance, a lot of times, especially when somebody's buying a new home, is they ask, why is I paid, say, $300,000 for my home, but you're quoting me for $250,000 of coverage or $450,000 of coverage. We're insuring the building to what it would cost to rebuild from the ground up. We're not looking at the actual cash value of...
say a resale value.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And let's see. Is it possible for someone to have over coverage?
Yeah, it's better than the contrary. Much rather have you over covered than under covered, but what we do is we run a replacement cost estimator that helps us figure out how much it would cost to rebuild the house from the ground up. So we're usually pretty spot on with our valuations.
Okay. And life events. So I just got married. So does that going to affect my insurance or age or things like that?
Getting married is definitely a discount. On the auto insurance side of things, you can combine policies, which offers another rate discount. Other life events.
If you have a business, what combinations can people look out for? Does it usually benefit them to have one insurance company covering a lot of different things in their life? Or
yeah, you get a multi-policy credit when you combine home and auto. I heard you mention business a little bit. Usually those are separated, so it doesn't do you any good generally to combine a business with a personal policy. But yeah. You definitely want to combine personal lines policies as best you can. Okay.
So is there a particular amount of time that you would want people to reevaluate their coverage and what they're paying? Is it every year? Is it every 5 years? Without life events, just time passing?
It's kind of a tricky question because some companies offer a discount for however long you were with your previous insurer. Mm-hmm. The longer you were with them, the bigger discount they'll give you. They like to see a little bit of loyalty, but also at the same time, if your rates go up, a few $100s, obviously you're not going to wait another year just so you can get a bigger discount. Might as well look at it now and try to save some money.
Okay. And what can people do to make their rate better?
Biggest thing, like we just talked about, is combining a home and auto policy. That could be up to a 30% discount on both sides, on both the home and the auto. Another big discount is, or not discount, but rating factor is your credit score, which a lot of people don't realize. So that's actually probably the biggest factor in determining what rate you get is your credit score. So if you can, knock out some bad debts or old debts, that'll go a long way.
Okay. And I'm just going to reference a previous video that I did with Jennifer Winnes from Blue Water Mortgage. She had mentioned that there are credit repair companies out there. So if, say, Jennifer had a client that went through a credit repair, should they then reevaluate or requote their rate after they do a significant credit repair like that?
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm not quite sure how quickly it gets updated, but the person that's helping you repay your credit would probably know. But once you get the credit score back into a good number, definitely take a look at it.
Okay. And kind of running out of questions with you, which is a good thing. But I also want to touch on, now you work for Flynn Insurance Agency in Dover, which is an independent. Now, what is the difference between an independent insurance agency and, say, those big box, like I used to have Geico or Allstate when I was first starting to drive and things like that?
Yep. So those are captive insurance companies, which basically means you walk in their door, they're going to give you one rate. If you walk into Allstate's front door, they're going to give you Allstate's rate, which a lot of times is a good rate. Same with State Farm, Liberty, Geico. An independent agent, we represent almost 30 companies. You walk in our door, we're going to quote you with all 30 of our companies and go with the best option. Companies have, they kind of tailor their appetites by their pricing. So if they don't like young kids, they're going to offer a really high rate. So we can find the company that you fit into their appetite the best and get you the best rate.
Okay. So it sounds like you kind of do some of the work for them, like you're shopping for them.
Exactly. We do the shopping for you, and the benefit to being an independent agent is at renewal, if there is a rate hike, we will automatically take a look at the policy and run it with all of our other companies and see if we can get those savings back.
So it seems like what you're saying is your clients don't have to put as much energy and time into it because you're doing that for them.
Correct, yeah. We'll try and stay on top of that the best we can. And
Great.
You can always call us and remind us as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in to talk with me today. I think
My
that
pleasure.
the viewers got a lot of information. Again, Scott Peterson with Flynn Insurance in Dover, New Hampshire. Now, Scott, if people have any more questions that I can't personally answer, how do they get a hold of you?
Can call me at Flynn Insurance Agency. The phone number is 603-740-0140. I will also put contact information in the comments below.
All right. And if you guys have any questions and you don't want to call or email, you can always, again, comment below, or you can send me an email as well as at virginia.k at kw.com. As always, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll bring you some more good content moving forward and some more people. Thanks, guys.